Thank you for coming to my blog, Go Live Pure. I'm Alan Williams. Today I'm going to be doing some milk kefir. And I'm going to show you how I do it. Many people do it different ways, but there is a system of one little basic way it's done. There's some little variations that people have on what they do, but you know, I don't think they really matter much. You just you know, start doing this the way it works for you. This is the way it works for me, and it hasn't killed me. It's made me feel pretty good. But anyway, here I got a bowl. This is what I'm going to be using to strain into a strainer, plastic strainer. Then I'm going to be using these are the kefir grains in the milk. They've been in there for a couple of days. Actually, they're more than ready. There's too many of them in there. I'm going to be separating them out into 2 jars in a minute. So, and this is my milk, and I use raw cow's milk. Raw goat's milk is probably your best thing that you can use, but you can also use soy milk, coconut milk, all kinds of other milks, nut milks. You can even use regular milk that's in the store. I would try to avoid that. I mean, but that's the only thing you have to use. That's fine. It changes the composition of it, but the best thing with all of the nutrients in it, everything that's there is to get the raw milk. And goat's milk is the best, but the next best is the raw cow's milk, in my opinion. Okay, where am I going from here? Got my little spoon. Go ahead and open this up. You got your grains in there. You want to kind of stir them up. This one here, I got too many grains in here, but it's okay. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Separate them out in a minute. Mix it up. Just kind of makes it easy to separate once you throw it in the strainer. Alright. Get that mixed up a little bit. Okay, set that on. Put that on there. Alright. And you sometimes make a mess. I usually make a mess, but that's okay. Go ahead and put that in there. As you can see, the grains and the kefir will flow into that. Yeah, you know, I'm pursuing a life of, you know, I mean, my eating a little different. You know, eating dairy. I still consume dairy, but this is about the only dairy that I will consume because it's cultured dairy. And that's the dairy that I choose to have because this is, and it's raw milk. And I don't buy dairy or eat dairy from the store because it's all pasteurized. So I don't mess with any pasteurized dairy because in my opinion, it's dead dairy. Everything that's good in it has been killed. That's why most people have a lactose intolerance problem, because what's needed to be there in order to digest the lactose has been killed by the pasteurization process. Anyway, I'm going off track here. Here we go. And of course I got a ton of grains that are way too many. Usually the ratio is like I guess a tablespoon to 1 cup. But you can really do it whatever way you want as far as how the strength and intensity of the taste of the kefir. I think that's the proper way to pronounce it. If you hear an Australian or somebody said kefir, it's a Turkish word that means feel good. That's what I understand it to be. You might look it up and find that it's something else, but that's what I understand. Kefir. But we Americans, most of us, we say kefir. So for the sake of continuity, I will say kefir. So as you do this, what I'm gonna do, a lot of times you'll see people, some will rinse off the grains. I don't always rinse my grains. I like to have a little bit of some things that are there that helps to break down the milk and just stay there. And it's not really, you can. I rinse them like once a week or something like that. I don't always rinse them, but you know, that's up to you. And I'm gonna tell you, a great place you can go. I don't have the website address, but you can Google Dom Kefir. Dom Kefir. That's D-O-M. That's his name. D-O-M-K-E-F-I-R. Google that. His pages will come up, and this guy, he's from Australia, and he has all kinds of information on how to make kefir. Or you can go to Kefir Lady I believe it's kefirlady.net. Google those, and they got a lot of information on it. They even have kefir grains, and you can get kefir grains from. I'll put some links down for sources where you can get kefir grains. I got a bunch of them here, but I'm not sending them out yet. I haven't decided. Oh, I put too many in that one jar. Hold on. I need to take some of those out. Let's see if I can. I know I can. They need to go in this jar because I'm going to separate them out. I'm making a bit of a mess here. It's okay. You can wipe it off and separate them out. Everything will be okay. These kefir grains are pretty hardy. Some people might even say, you need to be more sterile. You should wipe it off. And actually, I think sometimes we're a little so germaphobe that we can't handle any germs at all because we're so germaphobe. Yeah, there are precautions we should take, of course. Anyway, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this milk, which is the fresh milk. Sometimes you can even put a little of the old milk in there. Well, I don't really need to do that, but you can if you want. No, I don't need to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Put that in there. And I feel about right there because I got about, I don't know how many grains. I don't really measure my stuff. I'm not really accurate with it. So if that annoys you, I'm sorry. But recipes and doing things is usually just how I feel. And when you start to do things, you get a feeling of how it works and you make it work for yourself. So for people who really need a lot of details, you might want to listen to someone else and not listen to me. But anyway, it's all good. We get another paper towel here. Just gonna wipe this off just a little bit on the outside. Put that up. Now you can take this. Now I don't know if any, I'm talking about milk kefir. I don't know if some of you even know what it is, but milk kefir is really good for. It has a lot of nutrients in it, like B1 B vitamins that are really good for the skin. There's probiotics and a lot of nutrients that are really good in proteins and amino acids. And coming in a cultured form, it doesn't tend to, a lot of people who are lactose intolerant, they don't have a problem with it. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of lactose intolerant individuals don't have problems with the kefir because it has what you need in there to digest it, as well as raw from the cow, fresh from the farm cow's milk. It's raw, and it's raw its form, and it has everything you need in it. So it usually doesn't give people problems. But I don't even drink this anymore. I just drink, I'm a fermented drinking kind of guy. This stuff really helps your gut, man, I'm telling you. And that's about the way it's done. You can put the cap on it like that if you wanted to, and just let it sit for about 24 hours, 48 hours if you want. Or like these are pieces of my wife's, some silk she has because she dyes silk scarves and stuff. So I'm using silk because it's a fabric, it'll breathe. But you can use linen or cheesecloth or something like that, and you just put it over that. Do it like that and let it sit for like 24 hours, 48 hours or something, and you'll see it like it separate with the curds or something like that, and the whey will be there, and you'll know it's ready. So that's about the way it's done. As you can see, oh, I didn't pour this into the new jar. Let me do that. Put that in there. You can use a funnel or you just pour it in. That was the new batch. I forgot about that. Put that in there. And now you can take this. You can seal it up. You can put it in the fridge immediately. Just let it sit in the fridge, and this stuff will last for a long time. And you drink it as you want, and it slowly ferments. Or what I like to do sometimes is just let it sit out for a couple of more days, because the longer it ferments and it sits out, the more nutrients that grow, develop in and grow in, and more folic acid. Folic acid is just one of the B vitamins. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's one of the B vitamins, or folic acid. But it just builds up the nutrients and the probiotics and those things like that. They just increase. The thing is, if you're going to let it sit out like this, you just want to shake it every day so that no mold develops on it. You can let it sit out. I don't know. Some people let their stuff just sit out all the time. They never refrigerate it, but you have to keep stirring it and agitating it so that mold doesn't grow on the top of it. Like I said, if you go to some of those websites I mentioned earlier, like Dom Kefir, DOMKEFIR, they can give you all kind of information and help you on how to prepare kefir and things like that. I will go to that website. That guy has a lot of information. And anyway, I think that's about it. I think I've given you all the things I do when I prepare my kefir grains and what I do with them and how I do that. And you can go to some of the links I'll have below, and you can check out more information if you would like. If you don't like dairy, then you can just turn this video off and never listen to me again. Okay, well that's it. That's the way I do my kefir grains. I hope somebody was able to, you know, this was helpful for someone. And I just thank you for even just listening to me as I'm on my journey and as I'm learning these things. And somebody could probably give me some advice and say, I don't do it this way, I do it that way. If you want to leave comments, you go right ahead. That's what it's all about. Okay, well thank you. I'm Alan Williams. And this is my blog, Go Live Pure. And I encourage everyone to do that. Thank you.